Well, hello, YouTube buds. I hope you've been well. I'm here today to talk about my latest completed painting, which is Two Black Dogs. It has a different title, actually, but that's the descriptive title for it. And let's take a look at the painting first, and then we'll go see the reference photo. And as you can see, there are, in fact, two black dogs. They look similar, actually. I think they're brothers in real life, and this was a commission, and it's for a Christmas gift to a family member who has these dogs. Not my family, to someone I'm doing the drawing for, their family, and their two black dogs. So before I talk about it in detail, let's take a look at the reference photo. Let's go to the computer now. All right, here we have the photo. The light's acting funny on my screen. Let's see if we can get rid of that glare a little bit. Anyway, we can see the dogs anyway. The dogs have a heavy metal chain on their neck, which was removed both at my request and the commissioner's request. It's just very distracting, especially on this dog. So we kept only the simpler collar, which is being hidden by some folds in skin, I believe. This is a separate collar, so the one on the left has red and the one on the right has blue. So you can barely see it. So what I did was I just made up the collars for them, that it would just be a basic round circular collar. You can see in the photo how their fur is a bit lighter here on the left side and on the face as well. And on this dog, there's a lot more of the lighter. On the right side dog, there's a lot more of the lighter black area here. And I first had done the original version where I showed these areas in a lighter application of black, which basically became more of a gray color. Let's take a look at that now. So you can see that's quite a different look in the painting from the one I ended up with. So what I did was I showed the original version to the family who was giving the gift. They liked the idea of going darker, and they wanted to get rid of the gray. And as long as they were aware that there's no going back, you can always make something darker, but you can't make colored pencil lighter. So they definitely wanted more of a black fur look all across the body, and not the way I was doing with the sunlight hitting the dogs. So I agreed to that and made that version for them, which is the final version you can see that I showed you in my opening. So in your comments, always feel free to comment. I always enjoy reading comments and seeing the likes. So please do that. And if you want to add your preference for which one you like better, let me know. I'm actually neutral on the decision. I like the first painting because it has a bit more 3D look to it. But I also like the full black look. I'm not opposed to that view and their opinion on that. So I don't have a strong opinion myself, but maybe you do. You can let me know what you think. There is a mountainous background to this landscape with some patches of snow you can see even. And I kept one patch of snow for the background. And I just used that background as inspiration. I didn't follow it exactly. Now let's take a look at the whole painting. We'll go back to the drawing board. All right, back to the full black look on the black bodies. You can see how it's much darker, and I got rid of the gray. There is still the deepest black areas is a mixture of a blue-black. I put Prussian blue on first in these areas here and here. And a large area here was Prussian blue with black on top. Prussian blue is a very dark blue. And so I made that the darkest areas. You can still see some of the lines where I used the blue. So that works out where you can look up close and see a slight difference between the black and the blue black. And this is blue black here, here as well. I kept the gray in the faces because that's the only way you could see the facial details was for it to have a lighter color areas in the face. So there was no choice in that matter, but they liked the faces as they were, so those didn't really change much when I redid them and added black. I added the tiniest bit more black on this side just because of the transition was pretty sharp there from black to gray. And I added the tiniest bit more here as well. Now, as for the landscape, I did choose some clouds. I kind of made them up, but I looked at some cloud photos for inspiration on how dark to get with them. The pictures I had were of pretty dark clouds, even though it was a sunny day. So I kept that idea of having some darker areas in the clouds. And then I used landscape perspective methods to show a landscape where the furthest hills are lightest and then not quite as light, a little bit darker, then a little darker as you get forward to the front, darker, and then darker with the grass area where you could see the grass fully with lines versus this further hill where it's all blended together as a grassland. There's a little bit of snow. There's even a ski slope back here, I found out, and that's why I was seeing lines. And I made some lines there that were like patches where the trees were removed and had these ski slope lines. There's some more lines over here. It's a very subtle. Then for the dirt, I just chose a nice sienna. I think it's burnt sienna is the name of the color for the dirt. So it's a mixture of dirt, rocks, pebbles, and patches of grass. So let me know what you think. Please leave a comment and I will read them. So that's about it. I don't have anything in mind for the next painting. I have to give it some thought. But with December still a little ways away, I'm pretty sure I'll probably end up doing one more in December. And I just ordered a bunch of art supplies. Not a ton, but I ordered some. I was low on paper. And so I've got a good stock of that now. So until the next one, you take care of yourself. Have a nice Thanksgiving if you celebrate that. And we'll see you in the future. All right, you take care now. Bye.